Welcome back with media. Now, this time I will discuss the discussion about passive voice. There are active voice and passive voice, and we are going to change the active voice to the passive voice. Namely, change in the subject into a object and the object being turned into a subject, but English the content tense, so changes in active to passive sentence is not as simple as Indonesian, but that does not mean it is difficult. Well, teach you how. Okay, passive voice. The passive voice is formed with the verb to be and the past participle of the main verb, which mean is are, was, were, plus from the main work report. Example, the coffee is served by the waiter. Is. Okay. A pizza is cooked by the chef. Is to. Okay. And then we see here the change from active to passive. The police gets the thief. We see the change become the thief is caught by the police. So this is how it changes from active to passive. How to process we see here. Example, bread versus the car. Bread, we see here the subject is bread. Object is the car. Change into the from the passive form. Okay. The car is washed by bread. The car here we move it to the front of the subject in this. Okay. And versus the then versus correct here is the tense is present tense or simple present. We change it to its passive form plus to be plus the third verb. Okay, the car is washed by bread. This is like that. Okay, the washes here. Don't forget to change it to the third verb because all passive words use the third verb. Washes and washes. The car is washed by bread. The past participle verb three. Verb three. Okay. Bread. By bread. Active bread, passive by bread. Then don't forget to move the subject here and add by because of the passive voice. When we want to mention who performed the action, we use the word by someone. For example, there is no name here. Ini. Example soon he washes the car. So then here will be by him. But if its say here is not he but someone washes the car, then there will can write by someone. Okay, so that it. Now take a look for present. James carry a new door. A new door is carried by James. Carries. So then present is a carries. Is then here also use the present, namely is carried by James. Here is the same too. Jack cleaned the dishes. The dishes are cleaned by Jack. We, well, look here. I will tell you that in moving from object to subject, we have to pay attention to whether this object is singular or plural, because we don't want it until later when it is moved to a subject. We will still use the same thing, the something. For example, like the disease is plural, then when he was transferred to be a subject, then are. Okay, are. This is become a new one. Don't use the old one. Then the past one is Philip won the race. The race was won by Philip. Use the past to be also was or were. Theo directs the film. The film was directed by Theo. But also pay attention that this is where the object is the plural. So when it is moved to become the subject, it must use where. So this is like that it past use the was or where if the present use is or are. So much examples from me. Apologies if there is a wrong word, and thank you. Bye bye.